I can unmute you.
Talk to him.
Can you hear us? I can unmute you. Oh, that's me talking back into him.
Talk to him.
Can you hear us? You should be able to hear us.
Say his name.
Jesse. You should be able to hear us. Can you hear us now?
I can, yeah. I'm gonna send out this link to the rest of them.
Okay, yeah. And once they come in, I can add them as panelists and they'll be listed.
Can you hear
in
us
now?
I can, yeah. I'm
Now, people, you can talk. Now, Debbie can't hear you, but you can talk.
Okay. Well, who can hear me?
Well, they're all, well, actually, they can probably hear you now. Okay.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Hey,
can hear
Debbie,
you.
we can hear you.
Okay.
You're being broadcast on the internet.
Yeah, hit-
now.
I am keep having trouble getting on.
Oh, okay. Well, goodbye.
Okay.
Are we just shutting down our sound? Hey, Adrian? Can you hear me?
Just mute your audio right now.
Well, I know
Yeah, mute your audio right now.
I'm going to, but I wanted to tell you that my directions told me all you have to do is hit the space bar. I tried it out and that unmutes you.
Oh, okay.
So it's muted. But I can just hit my space bar and then I can talk. And
Okay, we'll try that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. So try that. Oh, we're off now. Here.
You just hold the space bar down and it'll go unmuted for a second while you're talking.
Okay, but we want to mute ours right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
Where is
click
it?
the mute button.
Yeah.
Down, it unmutes.
hey, Steve.
Mute. Uh-oh. Can you hear me now?
I can hear. I just unmuted my mic.
Me too. There's the boss man.
Still trying to get Diane on.
And is Eric on?
Yeah, Eric's here.
All right, well, so that link is on YouTube right now, so be good.
We good now? Adrian. Are you gonna pop up in your square here in a minute?
I'm not sure just yet, as Andy's kind of working from my computer. So I'll probably be sharing with Linda as needed.
You have to hold your space button down and it'll let you talk.
Okay. Oh, like this?
You mute your sound and then you hold it down so you can talk.
So I have to go down and mute it. Go back.
Mm-hmm.
Now hold it down. Is Eric on?
Yeah, Eric's here.
Are you ready to go then?
Yeah, I'm good if you guys are.
Everybody ready? We want to call this special meeting of the Bullitt County Board of Education to order. On March 6, 2020, the governor issued an executive order 2020-215, declaring a state of emergency throughout Kentucky pursuant to his power under the Kentucky Constitution and KRS Chapter 39A regarding the threats to public health presented by the novel coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. In an opinion issued on March 18th, 2020, issued as a opinion of the Attorney General 20-05, the Kentucky Attorney General append that at this time during the present state of emergency, it is not feasible under KRS 61.840 to precisely identify and provide a primary physical location for a video teleconference under the Open Meetings Act, at which the public may attend and view a meeting held via video teleconference, and that various other technological means by which the public may view a meeting should be provided instead until the conclusion of the state of emergency. I need a motion to adopt our agenda. I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Steve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes, we got it.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to ask Eric to just kind of paraphrase if there's anything, Eric, you want to add to that first paragraph about the resolution we're about to pass. Jesse, is Eric on?
Yeah, looks like he's having issues with his microphone.
I think the resolution we passed was paraphrased in that first paragraph I just read.
It was pursuant to the executive order issued by the governor and also the opinion ministered by the Attorney General that allows us to conduct our board meetings virtually as we've done right here. So we're asking the board is to move and second and then vote to adopt the resolution that is going to allow us to do this for the foreseeable future until we get past this issue.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve this resolution that everyone received copies of and is attached to our minutes or to our agenda, excuse me. We need a motion.
Motion.
All right,
Second.
Diane, motion, Linda, second. All those in favor say yes.
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 Okay, we got everybody. Okay, we have presentations. Diane,
We do the Pledge of Allegiance first.
we're gonna do the pledge. Mhm.
All right. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
And
to the republic
for
for
which
which it stands,
one
One
nation
nation,
under God,
Under God.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
board commitment.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
board
hang on,
commitment.
I gotta magnify it. It's little. I gotta magnify it and hold my space bar down here. Okay. Our board team commitments for the Bullitt County Schools are to improve our effectiveness. The board team for Bullitt County Schools commits to maintain primary focus on student learning, continuously review, define, and work toward district goals, listen to each other, speak freely, work and learn together, and support one another, After careful deliberation, support the majority's decision regarding shared goals for continuously improving, for continuously improving district-wide student learning, agree to disagree respectfully, delegate implementation of board decisions to the superintendent and the leadership team.
Okay, thank you. And I just got a text from Eric. He said, go on. He can hear, he can see, but he can't work his microphone. So we want to say congratulations to Freedom Elementary School for their Model Professional Learning Community at Work Award. And that is by Solution Tree. That award is from Solution Tree. Okay, superintendent's report.
Yeah, I just want to say, I know I've written to you guys and you've heard me or seen this in my communications to you, but I cannot say enough about the work that has taken place in this district over the last 10 days. Since we found out that this was going to be our new reality, folks from all levels, the district office level, to the building level, all the way down to the classroom level, folks have been working extremely hard to try and put the best plans together possible to assist our students and families and provide them the services that we could under these circumstances. And I have heard absolutely nothing but praise from our community members, our families. We know this has been difficult on them, but we also appreciate their patience and understanding as we work through this. Our teachers have created great activities and lessons for our students to complete at home. Our building principals have provided great direction and guidance to those teachers in collecting materials and in the way that we're going to go about and have gone about implementation of our NTI program. But then our students and parents have done a fabulous job through the first week on being able to complete what we've done. We could not do this at all without the other support from our classified staff. Our bus drivers have been absolute troopers, delivering meals and delivering work packets and picking work packets up throughout the course of the first week, and they're continuing to do that this week. Also, our cafeteria folks, our food service staff, have been working extremely hard, providing meals for these kids while we're on non-traditional days. And then our custodial crew and our maintenance department, they've been working extremely hard to try and get into our buildings, do a deep clean to ensure that when we're ready to welcome our students back, that they're coming back to nice, neat, very clean and sanitized buildings. And so I can't be more proud again of the work that we've done in our district to try and make this as good of a transition as possible from the traditional face-to-face setting to a virtual setting. And so we hope it doesn't have to continue much longer. We do know that based on our conversations with the governor on Friday that we are extended through at least the 17th of April, which would make our first day back on Monday, April the 20th. I will share though as had conversations with the commissioner on Friday and then again today. In order to be, or in an effort to be proactive, we are planning on longer than that. We are planning to plan activities through Friday, May the 1st, which is in the calendar as it stands right now. We are out of school on that day because of Oaks. As you all know, Oaks has been moved to September now. And so what I have done is asked our principals and to talk with teachers and folks in their buildings to determine what their thoughts are on amending this year's calendar to make that Friday, May the 1st, an actual instructional day or a day in the calendar. And that would make the end of the school year Friday, May 15th, rather than Monday, May the 18th. And so I'm gathering feedback from our folks on that to get a feeling for where they stand on that. And so based on what they tell me, I may be coming to you at our next meeting work session on April the 13th to ask for an amendment to this year's calendar to make that an instructional day. And that would keep us from having that Monday hanging out there at the end of the school year. Since we'll no longer need to be out of school that day due to the Oaks race. So I'll keep you posted on what kind of feedback we get on that. as I told our principals, it makes sense to me to do that, but we want to make sure that it also makes sense to the rest of our folks in our districts to do that as well. Particularly since there's going to be a good possibility that we could still be doing NTI instruction at that time. And so I'll keep you posted as best I can on that. Do you guys have any questions for me on our NTI implementation or anything you'd like for me to clarify right now?
I just think our Bullitt Nation has done a great job. We want to thank everyone involved.
It's totally been a team effort. There's no doubt about that. The
I
only
think
other
we need
item,
to thank-
go ahead.
I want to thank our superintendent too. He's done a great job of communicating and letting everybody know what's going on. So kudos to our superintendent.
Thank you very much.
I've not heard anything negative. I've heard all positive.
Thank you. And again, it's attributed to the hard work of everybody, no doubt. The only other thing that I need from you guys today is there's a request for a board representative for the 2021 Code of Conduct Committee. I think last year's representative was Lorraine, if I'm not mistaken.
Me.
Was it you? Okay. But I need a volunteer for an individual to serve on that committee for 2021.
I'm happy to do it again unless somebody else wants to do it. It's not a big deal. So I'm sure it'll be via email.
I don't
Okay.
want it. I'm okay with you. I'm okay with you having it or whoever else wants to.
Okay, I'm happy to do it.
All right.
Okay.
We'll make that, Debbie, and I'll pass that along to Sarah Smith, who heads that up for us here.
All right.
That's all I have.
Okay. Consent items. Has everybody had an opportunity to look through those?
One point of clarification I want to make on the consent items is on the travel. You'll notice that we're asking you to approve travel for the month of April and May. Please understand that you're approving that contingent on the conditions that we find ourselves in. As of right now, we are on, obviously we're out of school, and if we're out of school, we don't have trips, and everything's on hold right now. But in the event that we are allowed to return, there still could be some travel restrictions as it pertains to out of district and out of state travel. And so rather than trying to bring these to you as conditions are loosened, we're going to go ahead and ask for permission to approve these pending the climate of the state as it pertains to the coronavirus. And we would still have the latitude and the leverage at the district level to deny these trips in the event that it is not safe enough to travel.
Okay. Do we have a recommendation for the consent items?
You do. The recommendation. Let me get to that. I'm sorry.
I'm at consent items and don't.
Yes.
You give the
Recommendation.
recommendation?
Yes, recommendations to approve consent items as presented, noting that all items have been studied with individual recommendations and rationales being provided prior to the meeting in the full board packet on March 17th, which is also available online.
All right. We have a recommendation. We need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve that. We need a second.
Second.
Have a second, Diane, to get that.
Mm-hmm.
All those in favor say yes.
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 The consent items were approved. Are we on 6 now? I mean, on 7 now?
7, yes.
That's what I thought. Okay. Unfinished business. Is Lisa going to be with us or?
I've got this. Yeah, so presented is our additional revisions to board policy 04.312. This is the school activity funds policy. The new Red Book policy states that all donations and gifts over $250 need to be reported and approved by the Board of Education. The appropriate changes have been made and are in draft form from KSBA. And so the recommendation is to approve the first reading of revised policy 04.312 as presented to get us in line with Red Book changes.
All right, we have a recommendation. We need a motion to approve that first reading.
Motion.
We have a motion. Need a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
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 All right, we have new business.
First item of new business is revised procedure 09.211, AP.21, the consent form for mutual exchange of information. Presented for the board's information and comments only are revisions to the board administrative procedures 09.21 and AP.21. Consent forms for mutual exchange of information. Updates were made by Eric Ferris to align wording as outlined by federal regulations and to improve communication efforts with medical providers. And at this point in time, there's no board action needed. This is just for information and comment only.
I have a recommendation here. So is that a next item?
Yes.
Okay.
Next item is the paid lunch equity tool and price increase waiver. In accordance with the Healthy Hunger Free Kids Act of 2010 and Child Nutrition Program Regulation 7 CFR 210.14E, sponsors of the National School Lunch Program must ensure that sufficient funds are provided to the nonprofit school food service account for meals served to students not eligible for free and reduced price meals. Sponsors of the program have two options in meeting this requirement. One is to provide paid lunch equity tool to determine the necessity of an increase in school lunch prices, or two, non-federal funding sources in lieu of raising paid lunch meal prices. The paid lunch equity tool for school year 2021 indicates that the recommended increase in paid lunch meal price be 14 cents to meet the requirement or 10 cents to meet the minimum optional round down price. Respectively, paid meal lunch prices could be set at 309 or 305. In addition to guidance referenced above, the USDA memo SP 07-2020 does allow state agencies to grant exemptions to the PLE requirements if criteria are met. KDE requires that food service departments have a positive cash balance complete and submit the PLE tool and waiver application in order to be considered for an exemption. Note that this waiver is not always available every year and is only recommended when an operation is aware and understanding of its financial standing. For the school year 2021, KDE School and Community Nutrition has granted Bullitt County Public Schools Nutrition Services a waiver to the PLE requirements and an allowance to maintain current prices. The school nutrition services would like to request that the board accept the waiver for the 2021 school year with the understanding that a price increase for paid meal lunch prices will be necessary for 21-22, an estimated increase of 15 cents, setting the price at $3. So basically, we're not raising the prices next year for school lunch, but there's a good possibility that we would have to the following year.
Well, I'll just wait until we get to discussion, but we need a
Okay.
recommendation.
Recommendations to approve the request to accept the waiver for 2021 school year as presented.
Okay, so we have a recommendation. We need a motion.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion. We need a second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Now, do we have some discussion? When you said it's not automatic that we will have to raise again next year, correct?
Right.
It's just that the need may be there, but
Which, based on our fund balance, yeah, we may need to do it.
right. But we're not voting now to do it next year.
Right, correct. We're voting right now to leave it the same.
Okay, right. All right, we have a motion, we have a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes, and I noticed at the top, I forgot to say, are there any other items from board members? I want to be sure and do that before we finish. Anybody have anything? Just thanks, Jesse, for doing a great job. We appreciate it.
I thank you all for the support.
We need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. We need a second.
Second.
Motion, second. All those in favor say yes.
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 thank you for your flexibility, and hopefully this wasn't too painful on all you all.
Okay.
So, can anybody give me an update on Daryl Coleman? Is something?
He could not, he had a nephew come and try to get his camera hooked up yesterday. He could not do it. And here's, I think, future reference. Linda, are you at the board?
I'm at the board office with
Yeah.
my Clorox wipes, I'll tell you.
Well, I think that's what he's gonna do from here on out. He's just gonna come to the board and log on.
Okay. Sorry, I had a problem. I still don't know. Maybe I had too many, maybe I tried to get in too many times. I'm not sure.
All
I
right.
had you in the wrong room. That was my fault. That was my fault. So it wasn't anything you did.
All
Oh,
right.
good. Thank
So.
you. Everybody take care.
You too. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks, technology people.
Yes, same thing.
Absolutely.
All right.
What do we-